Hello guys and welcome back to the Minifez channel. I'm joined here by one of the goats, JY Sharif.
Jeez, goat someday. That's goals.
So yeah, this is a brand new series I'm starting on my channel where I interview people and maybe I'll do a podcast someday. Who knows? This is going to be like a longest podcast style interview. I hope you guys like it. Leave down below what you think about it in the comments and yeah, let's get right into it, shall we? So let's start off easy. Like, pretty sure everyone already knows that one of your favorite decks is the Light Swan Power deck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's your favorite deck. But what's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card of all time? I mean, I probably can take a wild guess, but you know.
In terms of favorite cards, like I find it very hard to pick one. Like Raiden is one of my favorites. Like I recently changed my profile picture to Raiden,
Yeah.
you know, to honor R.I.P. Kazuki Takahashi, the creator of the game. But I'll give you my five. So my five.
Okay.
So Raiden, of course. You know, I hope to look like him, sculpted like a Greek god. That's goals one day.
Gym goals.
We have Fairy Tail Snow, my bae. She's my boo. We have Dante.
Okay.
He's my G as well. Shiranui Solitaire. I love the Shiranui archetype in Solitaire. He just looks like a G. Hair flowing in the forest. Yeah. And the last one is Denko Seka.
Denko Seka.
She's the bae, honestly. And her the card, she's beautiful. And two, there's no feeling like watching your opponent set 5 back row or set 4 back row and then summon Denko Seka.
That is one of the best feelings ever.
Yeah, it's like ecstasy, but it's like a drug. Like, and the thing is, the thing that makes that so much better is like the old school ARG like Dank Yu-Gi-Oh memes, where like there was that feature match where this guy had was playing against Evil Swarm. Evil Swarm guy had like 4 back row. The Shadow guy goes normal Denko. The guy had warning, but didn't warn the Denko.
Oh dear!
And it was just absolutely hilarious, and he proceeds to lose because of it. And had warning there the whole time. It was so funny, like the memes, like, you know, quick scoping. And every time I summon Denko, that's what I imagined. And it's just like, I love it. That's why. A little bit of an elaborate explanation on that, but that's why I love Denko Seka.
It is just one of the funniest things ever to do. Just slamming down a Denko, be like, have fun, mate. Yeah. Like, even in Thunder Dragons, people used to just search you up for Thunder Dragon Fusion, be like, oh, fuck, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna throw you a bit of a curveball.
Okay.
Now you have to ban one of those cards.
Ban one of those cards.
Which one are you banning and why?
The thing is, like, the only ban-worthy card on there is Fairy Tail Snow. Okay. And like the thing is, yeah, I love Snow, but I just don't like the way it's played currently, where you just have to summon Shooting Riser, send Snow, snow them on their turn. Bro, I miss the days where I could go Grass, Mill 20, Snow, Banish, Solitaire, Spirit Master, Giant Rex, have 3 monsters on board, pop a card, overlay all 3 for Amaterasu. Those are the days I miss. Like where I could mill Snow, and Snow was an aggressive card, it was a defensive card, it was a combo card, it was everything. Like, but now it's just like, it's not as fun.
It's just not fun.
It's not as fun, and it's super oppressive as well.
Yeah, it is a crazy card. Like, when I played Ignis, I was like, I don't care about any card this format except Snow, because then I can't OTK.
Yeah.
It's such a broken card, really. Now...
Wait, but I don't want Snow to get banned, though, please. I'm happy to have her back, okay?
Yeah, just clear up, Konami.
Yeah.
We love Snow.
I know you're listening.
we love Snow over here. All right. You love your anime. You love your anime openings, your anime soundtracks. What is the better Yu-Gi-Oh anime opening? There's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh anime openings, but I'm pretty sure everyone can agree that the top 2 anime openings are the GX opening and the 5Ds opening.
Facts.
So, which do you prefer and why is it 5Ds?
Okay, so I grew up with GX. Like, when I discovered the game, GX was just airing, and that's what I fell in love with. Like, game on, get your game on. That. Like, bro, I used to like fantasize about going to Duel Academy. Like, when I would go to school, I'd pretend that I was going to Duel Academy. And like, when it was wet play days, And you know, you'd be like indoors for most of the day, right? Like everyone would be playing board games and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and like I imagined like my school, like I look at the classroom, everyone's playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'd imagine I'm in Duel Academy. Like that is the dream. I love it, and like GX is like, you know, that's what got me into the game.
Yeah.
But the 5Ds opening is just, it is something else. The 5Ds opening, it touches the soul. Like when you hear that, like, you know, greatness thrusts itself into our lives. Like when you hear that, it's like, bruv, it touches the soul. It makes you feel lighter. Like that song, it's for the soul, man. It's food for the soul. That song, that's why the 5Ds OP is just superior.
It's such a good opening, bro. I could listen to that on repeat like all day, bro.
I've done that. Bro, you don't understand. On the way to regionals, I've literally, like, so many regionals. The boys will testify to this. I'll be playing the 5Ds opening.
I mean, yeah, I'm so elite, bro. Mate, need to do a 5Ds remix at some point. Yo. Okay. So, 5Ds is your favorite theme. But out of all the Yu-Gi-Oh animes, which is your top Yu-Gi-Oh anime?
Okay, so the thing is between 5Ds and GX, because GX, like, that's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
But I love 5Ds, even though I haven't watched all of 5Ds. I haven't even watched all of GX. I've watched most of it. But 5Ds, Yusei Fudo, he's the first brown-skinned brother, like to be playing cards and like to be the protagonist. Sure, you know, you got the Pharaoh and whatnot, but Yusei, his character's actually brown skinned. Like the other guys are much lighter, but Yusei is the first brown skinned brother to be playing cards. He used Yu-Gi-Oh to escape the ghetto. So there's some parallels there to my own personal life. And on top of that, he's using a dual runner, right? He's on a motorcycle. I didn't ride a motorcycle, but I used to cycle around my city, like delivering food. And I did that while I was grinding Yu-Gi-Oh on the weekends. So like in my mind, it was like on the weekdays, I'm just cycling around MK, my phone there, like giving me directions. And like, I felt like I was Yusei, you know, like I relate to him. But GX is my favorite because it's what the nostalgia is what got me into the game.
Yeah, fair. When I was a kid, I used to wrap a dual disc around my arm and just cycle around, bro. It was a fucking...
No way, you actually did that?
Yeah, I did that. It was so sick, bro. I used to whack the 5Ds opening on, like... bro. It was a sick time back then, bro. Okay, so... we talked about the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, but I know you're a good anime fan.
Good anime fan.
Big anime fan.
I'm not a bad anime fan, okay? Alright.
He's a bad anime fan. Okay, what is your favorite anime in general?
Again, this is such a difficult question because especially when it comes to anime, they're all like they're all special in different ways.
Yeah.
So
top 5.
Okay, top 5. Okay, thank God. That's even difficult, but like okay, so the ones that come to mind, Mob Psycho 100. Okay. I just really love it. It's just amazing. Shit. Reagan is just the GOAT. And then the Attack on Titan, it's just like insane, bro. Like I'm a simp for Eren, you know, Shinzo, Sasagayo, like Tasakai, bro. Like that's just me, bro. And Steins Gate. I love Steins Gate. That's another banger. So those like 3, but there's so many, like nostalgia, the OGs, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Bleach. They're all like deep places in my heart. But yeah, those first 3 I mentioned, Attack on Titan, Mob Psycho, and Steins Gate. I'd put them as like definitely in the top 5.
Okay, fair. Which is your favorite anime character?
My favorite anime character. Bro, there's so many. Okay, so right now is between 2 people.
Okay.
So it's when I'm feeling edgy, it's Eren Yeager.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when I'm feeling like myself normally, it's Reagan Arataka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
I feel like I'm a bit of a jokester sometimes. I don't take life too seriously, so I like Reagan. But then there are times I'm a fucking edgelord and I'm like, Tatakai, just standing in the mirror. Like, one of my motivations for like trying to go to the gym and get ripped is so I can be Eren Yeager. Like I would grow my hair back out if the hairline was still popping, but unfortunately the hairline is retracting at the moment, so I can't do that. I can't pull it off.
Unfortunate. Okay. Right now, if you could ban any card What card would you ban and why?
Whew, you asked me a few difficult questions there, but now you gave me a softball. I appreciate that, bro. You
No worries, bro.
got to let me rest and recover. So it's easy. Scythe. That card, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Scythe has to go.
So annoying.
Yeah.
Should have been gone like 5 formats ago, bro. How is it still here? It's cringe.
It is, yeah. Like the thing is, it's just not interactive. Just you're just locked out of the game. It's just not feel like, bro. Dagda's a good card. Dagda's a completely fair card. Dagda for Lancia, that's fine. It's almost like a pseudo dweller.
Yeah.
Dagda for moral attack, sure, bro. But Dagda for Scythe, it's just the Dagda's fine. It's a cool card for the artifact engine. It's just the Scythe that's the problem. Like locking you out the extra deck, it just. It's just.
It's like even if they like hit Dagda, like they can still like dump Scythe off of Riser and like summon it back with the Baron,
Beatrice Baron. So many ways.
Yeah. So dumb. It's just like all those floodgate monsters in general. They're just so toxic for the game. Like Dimension Shifter is a good example. Like if your opponent Dimension Shifters you in like standby phase. You can't really do anything about it. Like the only real responses you can possibly have for the card is like Cold Buy, which is at 1, and Gamma, which not a lot of decks play.
And they can wait till you normal summon.
Yeah, and if they wait till you normal summon, you literally have to pray you drew the limited Cold Buy at 1, and that's just like, well, Dimension Shifter. Well, fuck me, I guess. And like there's like so many different like boss monsters as well that just like have built-in protection and just don't let you play. Like we had Colossus recently, which got banned, Protoss, and like I think those monsters are not the best. I mean, not the worst to deal with because like there's cards like we got Underworld Goddess, we've got like Unicorn, which is usually a good outfit.
They're just oppressive. The problem is both those cards you mentioned, they have effects that last longer than a turn. Their effects last for 2 turns, and they're just so oppressive. That's the issue. Like Protoss, every single sword soul hand, pretty much is like okay, grab Protoss, summon Protoss, boom, you can't play. Like and then Eschatos is another one, the one for dragons, the dragon one. Like these cards, they just shouldn't have been made, in my opinion. Like Shifter, I'm not too like hard on it, even though I've been shifted to different dimensions many times. Like it's a 3/0 that you have to hard draw. There's downsides to it. You can't have any cards in grave, so it's only live on the first turn unless you have to go out your way to banish your grave or whatever. So you're only gonna lose to it once a match in theory. So it's like you know, and the decks that play Shifter aren't the best decks. So maybe you're only going to play 1 or 2 in a tournament most times. And that's why it's not like that bad. But cards like Protoss, where it's every game, Scythe is every game, you're just getting locked. Those cards are just not too fair. Like I don't like even Drytron being able to do the Vanity's Fiend thing. I just think that isn't the greatest either. But
Vanity's Ruler is...
Oh, sorry, Vanity's Ruler, that's what I meant to say.
Vanity's Ruler is something to deal with. Jeez.
Vanity's Ruler with protection.
Yeah.
But still, shout out to you, Nick, for winning UK Nationals with it. I rate you. You're a boss. And Justin Singh as well. You're rocking it with that deck too.
Yeah. Okay. We talked about banning a card. Bring back a card. Wonder which card you're going to bring back.
Bro, you ready? Just mill 20.
Mill 20, baby.
Mill 20, bro. That grass needs to be green once again.
That grass does need to be green once again, bro. 60 card decks.
The thing is, we like, sure, I'm like, bring grass back. But everyone's playing these jank piles of 45, 55, 60, 57. Like, no one's playing 40 anymore. 40, 60 is a new 40.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, like, after Power of Elements, we're going to see, like, a lot of decks just slim down back to 40 because we get good archetypes again. Like we get Splight, and that's a consistent engine you want to see. Like we're not going to see the pile decks as much. Like right now everything's a pile deck. Like we've got Adventure pile, Punk pile, Furion pile, Dragon pile, Drytron pile. It's just like the same thing over and over again, just like different engines. Like after we get Power of Elements, we get Splites, just in sick archetype. We get the new Furion support. We get the tier elements. We get Vernalizers, which is a cool Earth support. Get Booster Rickers, which is cool support. We even get Mystery Runes at the end of this month, which is kind of toxic because it banishes your opponent's entire deck, but it's a pretty cool deck. Pretty nice engine for splites. And we get a bunch of other stuff like the Math Mech support card. Like that card by itself goes like +3 for the Math Mech deck or Cybers decks. It's just, we get a lot of cool stuff in Power of Elements. It's going to be interesting.
Gotta get cooking in it.
Gotta get cooking, guys. Speaking about Power of Elements, how do you feel about Euros being in the Power of Elements format?
Like me, I'm a bit of like a stoic when it comes to formats, and what I mean by that is like you always hear people moaning and crying, this format sucks, this and that, but like I'm just a guy, just run it. I'm like, whatever happens, just run it.
Just run it, baby.
Like I have my criticisms, but I just run it. Yeah. So like, if Euros was this current format, it would mean that I didn't have to prepare as much because we've already played current format for a few months. But the fact that it's a new format is exciting. Like there's the fact that there's so many decks, so much to choose from. No events prior, so we have no information to base this off because it's not going to be the same as the OCG, and it means that we can find an edge. So the people who put the time in, the people who research, the people who test and discover combos and decks, like they're the ones that are going to get rewarded. So like those kind of events are very exciting, very fun. It'll be crazy. So different deck every round. You don't know what you're going to play against. There's no meta. Like it's gonna be crazy. Yeah,
it really rewards the people who just put in the time to test all the new cards. And like you said, our format's going to be way more different than the OCG because they don't have full power, the full power venture package. Like their stuff's limited. They don't have Dragoon. They don't have Mine. They have Maxi. Like there's so much stuff that varies. Like they still have Fusion Destiny. I mean, Verte? They still have Verte.
Yeah, but I have no idea if they still have Verte. Sure I know we don't have Verte.
I know we don't have it.
Sad.
They have Verte. They don't have Hulk. We have Hulk. It's really interesting to see how things will be done over here. I'm really excited for Euros. It's definitely going to be a sick event. We're going to do bad testing for that.
For sure, bro. For sure.
Any ideas at what deck you're going to lean toward playing after Power of Elements?
No idea, honestly, bro. Like, literally, like I haven't really looked at any of the new cards. I need to.
Fair.
Like I know Terra Elements have a milling element, and your boy likes to mill cards, but
cringe purple cards, bro. Cringe
purple cards. But Splight, I've missed XZ summoning. Your boy likes to make rank 3s.
The new Evoker, bro.
Yeah, I'll make rank 2s, man. Let's run it. Like I haven't XZ summoned for a while. That's one of my favorite mechanics. So
XZ is such a cool mechanic, bro.
For sure.
It's probably my favorite mechanic ever.
I'd say it's between XYZ and Synchro for me.
Synchro is cool, but bro, it's too much maths, bro. I can't
too
do
much.
I just need to see two of the same styles.
What happened to being on your duel runner, bro? What happened to being on your duel runner?
That was a guy who could do maths. Okay. How do you feel about like Power of Elements? It's just like power creeping like half the cards that we have now. Like, do you think Konami's gonna just power creep even further and just like make everything from the past irrelevant, or do you think like it's gonna stagger or something?
My like kind of view or my feeling about power creep, I feel like it's always come in waves. So you have like certain times where the cards are really, really insane.
Yeah.
But what they do is they'll ban them and they create new cards that may be less powerful but still good. For example, we had Salamangreat, Orcust, Thunder Dragon, that format.
Yeah.
And they're all like just relatively like fair decks. They weren't like insane. Like Salad was one of the best decks, and it was a very, very fair deck. Even now, this current format, we had a deck like Sword Soul, and Sword Soul is a very average deck. It's not a broken deck. Like besides Protoss,
since they banned Protoss.
Besides Protoss, even with Protoss, like it still wasn't that crazy. Like bird decks could break their board, Like, but yeah, I think it comes in waves, and the fact is that there's a bunch of stuff that is banned right now that if it wasn't banned, we'd have decks that could contend with all the new cards that are coming out. So that fact alone, means that the power creep is fairly like, it's just, I guess, comes in waves. It's kind of balanced in a sense. So we'll just have to see. I just hope that the guys who are designing the game and planning the future for it, like, just continue doing what they're doing, keep doing the right things, and hopefully the game has a lot of longevity and we get to, be full-time duelists for a long time.
Yes, I love the game.
Yeah.
How do you feel about remote duels? Like they were a big part of keeping the game alive during COVID, but like right now, like it's just kind of a toxic environment. It's full of like cheaters. Do you think they're gonna like keep remote duels going? Because they revealed the remote duel extravaganza map, but like no one really cares about remote duels anymore with IRL events coming back.
So the thing is, like, I wasn't a big fan of remote duel, mainly because like people. There's just the amount of cheating that goes on in remote duels.
Yeah.
Like there's been so many cases of people like cheating in them, and it's so easy to manipulate things, and the fact that you can't see your opponent physically, internet connection, camera quality, all these elements, and we've seen like footage of people just maliciously cheating. Like it's so bad, which is why I've steered away from it. But I do think it was still a good thing. Like they had the invitational events, the streams, like they helped keep the game going to a certain extent. But like we were in a pandemic, there was nothing that we could do really. But I just want to give a quick shout out to Luxury Gaming, because they really like held it down for the competitive scene and for all the players who wanted to grind. Like they LCSs every month, streamed, like big cash tourneys, big prizing. Like they really helped the competitive scene grow. And the fact that there's so many new players now, which are like at the top, like so many new competitive players, and they only like joined the game through COVID and through like the whole luxury circuit, and now they're coming up and playing real life events, like people like Sebastian, Todd, Deadly B7, even yourself, and just there's various other players who popped up through that online scene. But back to remote duels, like I'm glad they had something to keep the game going, but it just doesn't compare to in real life play for me, and I'm so happy and grateful that we have in real life play back, and hopefully it stays that way.
Big shout out Luxury, man. Speaking about remote duels, we got something new that has popped up from Konami, which is Master Duel. How do you feel about Master Duel, the format and everything? Do you think like it's gonna be a lot needs to be changed? Because right now it's kind of stale and like no one really cares about it. It's a different format and everything. How do you personally feel about Master Duel right now?
I think Master Duel was a really cool game. The thing is, I never got a chance to get into it properly because I mainly play IRL. So like when the time Master Duel was coming out was like January this year, was when we had regionals going on. So I was just playing regionals instead. So it's a good thing. Like it's great for the game. It blew up, and like that's really cool. But I'm just not a big fan of having to, like, for example, buy cards in real life, and the cards are expensive, and then having to like buy cards again within the game. Like I was hoping, like my dream would have been for like Master Duel just to be like an official version of DB, but with loads of tournaments, loads of support, like a proper ranking system. Like people genuinely care about the dueling book rankings. Like people want to be top 5, top 10 in DB. Like know the names, like their usernames when you see them in real life. Oh, that's this person. Dark Manel is Herman Hansen. Like that's the thing. Like I wished they could have done that with Master Duel, and like for example, I would be willing to pay like £30, £20, even more, like for a monthly subscription to play like a Konami version of DB. Like instead of having to like buy all the cards. I know it's cheaper than buying them in real life to buy them in Master Duel. I just don't like the whole idea of like having to pay for things twice. And also it would have been cool, like just to maybe have more events, like official events to support it and push it. But I do feel it's quite hard because players are more focused on IRL play than Master Duel, so it's a bit hard to keep that balance.
Yeah, I agree with it. Like it's really weird because like Master Duel's in its own separate format as well. Like it's best of one. Like it doesn't really give any testing really. It's not the OCG format, not the TCG format. It's its own format. It's just really weird, to be honest. Like they need to do a lot if they want to like keep people engaged and like definitely add events, because right now it's just like cool, it's just a game, like no events to support it, no prizes, nothing. It's just like there. It's like I've seen like there's some people running like Twitter events and stuff, which is pretty cool, but not really looked too deep into it because like the format's just not good for testing or anything. There's no point committing to it.
We're just simps for the actual card game.
We love cardboard.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the second page. You've been to a lot of events in your time, lots of ICSs, lots of Euros, Nationals. What's your favourite event that you've been to?
Okay, favourite event. When I think about favourite event, there's two that come to mind at the top. So one is a very recent one. So I went to Danish Nationals a few weeks ago, and it was just an amazing weekend. I didn't even play. I was just there to hang out with my friends and get some YouTube content and help my friend Christopher test. And it was just, the whole weekend was just great vibes. All the boys, it was just great hanging out with everybody, and the whole event was just such a fun time. I did a vlog, so if you want to check that out, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. It's just a great time.
Link down below, man.
Cheers, bro. And the other event would be going to Worlds in 2017. So I went to Japan. That's where it was held.
The big one. Yeah.
And it was sick, man. Like the whole week, it was like an otherworldly experience. First time going to Asia. I'm a bit of a weeb, so being in Japan as well, seeing these anime posters, everything, like, you know, like you see like the streets that were recreated in animes that you've watched, and like it's just so cool, man. And hanging out with all the players, and it was just like even though I did so badly at the tournament, I completely flopped, but the experience itself, like it was profound and really inspiring for me, just to I want to experience highlights like that again. So just, just amazing.
I also got that iconic kimono.
Oh! Oh my goodness.
What a photo, bro. Absolutely legendary. Have you ever had any bad judge calls, like bad judge experiences, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit of a veteran now. I've been playing competitive for 5 years, 6 years, but I've had many.
Okay.
But I guess one recent one that comes to mind. It wasn't anything malicious or anything bad. It was literally, I'm playing the 60 card Phantom Knight deck, and it was like the second regional I was playing this deck at, and it's like round 2 or 3, and I play against Invoked, and I go Fusion Destiny. My opponent ashes it. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Like the only playable card in my hand is a Danger Snake. So I go Danger Snake to hope I draw into like another monster. So I go Danger Snake or Tsuchinoko, and he goes, you can't special. And I'm like, wait, I can special. You Ash Fusion Destiny, you negated it, so the card doesn't resolve. And we call Judge. Judge comes over, reads the card. Sorry, JY, you can't special. And I'm like, appeal, please.
Instant appeal.
So Judge! So I call the judge over, we call the head judge over. Head judge comes, reads the card as well, and goes, no, you can't special summon. And I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, what is going on? You get a bit of paranoia, like, have I been wrong the entire time? Because I was 100% on this ruling.
No way.
And I luckily still win that game, which is insane. But after the match, I'm like, bro, if this is ruled this way for the rest of the tournament, I'm not winning. It's that's one of the advantages of the deck, to be able to play through stuff, you know. And once I get the match slip and I go over to the judge's table to hand the slip in, the head judge is there. He goes, yo, JY, I'm so sorry. I found the correct ruling afterwards. Someone told me about it. I'm really sorry. I'm glad that you won. And I was like, bro, don't worry about it. It's all good. It's completely fine. And also I know that the head judge, we've been friends pretty much since I started playing the game. He's a really good guy, and people make mistakes. It's totally fine. Even if I've had situations like that in the past where it's been ruled against me, and I found out later that the judge was wrong, and I've held nothing against them. I've had a situation one time where I activated Mithra, the Monarch, back in Monarch format, and my opponent maxed it, and he thought he was going to get 2 draws with a monster and a token, but it's simultaneous. So it's only 1 draw, and we called the judge, and the judge and head judge, this was at nationals, ruled against me, and saying that my opponent got 2 draws. So my opponent got 2 draws, and it cost me the game. But I didn't hold it against them. You know what I mean? Just because mistakes happen, it's totally fine. But yeah, that's my little judge story. So it's all good. Remember, like, we're all human. We all make mistakes. So don't hold things against people. And that's all I can say.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, everybody makes mistakes.
What advice would you give to new players who are wanting to get better at the game, to learn how to play the game, etc.?
Okay, so the number one thing is to acknowledge that you want to get good at the game. I actually made a video on this. It's one of my early videos, like how to get good at Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's not really like technical, but it's just general advice. And it's just tell yourself that you want to get good, because a lot of players will like play tournaments and they'll play and they'll not do well. They'll scrub out and they'll get upset. But then like they'll say that they play casually, right? As like a guise, just to hide the fact that they're like not good at the game.
Yeah.
But if you want to get good, acknowledge to yourself that you want to get good and commit to it. But when I say like people who play casually, that's nothing against anyone that plays casually. Like, for example, you play football, you play basketball, you play all these sports. Everybody plays casually. No one holds anything against those people. We play for fun. That's fine. It's the same with Yu-Gi-Oh! You can either play for fun or you want to be competitive and get better. And if you want to get better, just tell yourself that's what you want. And then the resources are out there. Coaching, videos, tutorials. Reach out to people at locals. Reach out to people online. Like, ask people questions. Reach out for help. And then once you actually get good, be willing to give that help on to the next person.
Yeah. Very good. There's people who have like a bunch of friends they hang around with, but like they enjoy playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And they really want to like get their friends to start playing Yu-Gi-Oh! What would you recommend to those people? How would they get their friends to get into the game, etc.?
So this is people that know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Right?
Like,
If you had some friends at school that didn't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! And you want to get them into Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Like the only thing I could recommend is get them to watch the anime. And if they like the anime, then that means they'll get into the game. Like, if you watch the anime, you're gonna want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's all I can recommend. And if they don't like the anime, then sorry, bro.
Raps.
Yeah, tough times.
Let's get them to watch the anime, basically. Okay, we've talked a little bit about new players and getting people to join the game, but now let's talk about the old players, shall we? All right. Who are your top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Players of all time?
My top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Players of all time. So, first, this is actually, I can give you my number 1. Because the other ones, you asked me what my number 1 is, it's been difficult. But now it's actually going to be hard to give you the top 5.
Yeah.
But my number 1 is an easy one for me, is Patrick Hoban. He is the hands down GOAT. And the thing is, he may not have achieved the most on paper, like credentials and like tops and whatnot, but he is the GOAT because he's like, his figure, like his mark on the game. I have a copy of Road of the King at home.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I can guarantee.
Yeah, he's seen my bookshelf. Yeah, and Road of the King, like just his presence in the game, like the things, like he's just such a notorious figure, so well known, like the memes, the upstart memes, all everything, like like how Conor McGregor shaped the UFC and was like one of the figureheads. Like for me, like Patrick Hoban is like that for Yu-Gi-Oh! That's how I see him, and that alone, it puts him at the number 1, just a GOAT Yu-Gi-Oh! Player. And then the other players I put up there, Gally. He's one of the GOATs. Yeah. I also have Jesse Cotton. He's like the new age GOAT.
New age.
Like this is like how I'd put it. Like like Hoban and stuff is like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And then Jesse Cotton is LeBron James. And that's how how I'd put it. And we have that's 2. Yeah. Oh, that's 3. Sorry, we've got Gally as well.
Yeah.
And then I'd put Joshua Schmidt. I think he's one of the best in Europe. He is one of the best. Like him and Marcello are like 2 of the GOATs, but I feel like Josh is probably up there. To be honest, I don't know exactly what they've done on paper, but so I'm sorry, whoever has, if someone has more tops or whatever. But I'm putting Josh there.
Okay.
And then Bowden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Marcel's gonna message you after this. Yo, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah. No, next time, he's on commentary and I'm like playing, he's gonna roast the shit out of me. Nah. Marcello, you're a beast, man. You're one of the goats as well. And then Bowden. So that's like my 5 that come to mind. If I've missed someone, like there's people like Jeff Jones. He's one of the goats. He's like, again, like notorious, like figure, like, you know, he's definitely in there. There's so many I could mention, like Adam Korn, one of the old legends. Billy Brake as well. Yeah, Billy Brake. She probably is in the top 5. But, I don't know. But Bowden's in there for me.
Yeah. Feel free to message him after this.
Send it smoke. Oh my goodness.
All right. Who are your current top 5 players who are currently active?
The thing is, like, I'm not super in sync with like the current American scene and like even Europe as well, because we haven't had international events. So I'm just gonna do the UK.
Fair.
So like, I'll give you my top 5 in the UK right now.
Yeah.
So for me, like number 1, I put Gabriel Nets. Like I just feel like he's just proven himself to be one of the best since he popped up on the scene a couple of years ago.
Yeah, insane player.
And who else would I put there? Luke Parks is one of the best. Like. The thing is, every time I speak with him, he always is just like dialed in. Like I just feel like he's just so like really good at the game. He's so knowledgeable. Like like for example, there'll be times where I'm prepping for an event and I'll just speak with him for an hour or 2 on Discord, and like I just learn so much in like a short space of time.
Yeah.
So I think Luke is really, really good. We also have Jordan Gallagher. He is really good as well. And the thing about him is like he's so low key. Like he's not outspoken. And he's not like super like, you know, out there on social media or anything like that, but he is really, really good as well. And so that's 3.
Yeah.
My boy Tim the Goat. Tim the Goat. Yeah, you're up there. Even though you kind of been slacking, I probably shouldn't be putting you in the top 5. Not gonna lie, like you've been slacking off a bit. I know you got a wifey, you got a house now, you got a business, all this stuff. I'm glad things are going well for you, but you need to get back on your grind set, bro. Yeah. But I'll still put you up in there. And who else do I have in that 5? I would put if I'm top 5 UK, I think Alex Robertson. I'll put him there after finishing second at Nats, and he's been out grinding on the scene as well. So I'd put him in there in that 5. But if I were to do top 10, the funny thing is I was planning to like do like a video like at some point maybe before Euros, like top 10 players from the UK to watch out for, that kind of thing.
Beat you to it, bro.
Yeah, beat me to it. It's all good. I might still do that video. I'd put the Shah brothers, Zeki and Zahab. They're solid players. Henry Bancroft as well. Yeah. Marcus Patel, can't forget about you, one of the UK GOATs. Thomas Rose as well, like he's legendary UK player, like 2 YCS wins, nationals win. So I probably named more than 10 right there. But yeah, there you go.
Fair. Now we talked about the past, talk about the present. Any upcoming players people should watch out for?
Upcoming players. There's one sitting right next to me, Artin Daniel, Mini Fairs. He is like he's really coming up, and he's one to watch out for sure. Like he's really, really good, and he's only going to keep getting better and better. And hopefully next year, the start of next year, like Euros, we've got Euros, and then next year I think you're going to really. Yeah, I got high hopes for you. And who else do I have? So I have Joe White, the Great. That's his new name I coined for him. Joe White, the Great, the Salomon Great guy. Joe, he's coming up too. Like recently, he had some strong performances. I believe he won the Northampton Regional with Salad, or did he top it? He top forward. I think he top forward, and he also top forward the Sneak Attack Regional, Salomon Great again. And the thing is, I feel like he's definitely on the up, and you're definitely going to see him in top cut, like at YCS, or even maybe Euros. But definitely you're going to see him in top cut soon. So that's 2. I also have Benjamin Robinson in there, a player from up north, I think kind of Liverpool area. I've played him a few times. I actually played him at his first national stop a couple years ago. He's really, really coming up. He's still quite young, and I think he's going to be really good as well. For example, like he was working with Alex Robertson a lot on their plant deck that they played for nationals. Like they both worked on that together, and he's a really good player. I mentioned him isn't in the top 10, but Henry Bancroft, he's actually like an upcoming player in my eyes because he only popped onto the scene quite recently, and he's been doing really well, winning lots of regionals, top D South American YCS, ran deep at nationals, I think top 32, or even maybe further than that, maybe top 8. I can't remember, but he ran deep at nationals. He's definitely one to watch out for within the Disciples. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are a few up and coming players to keep an eye on.
Okay. Some good players there. All right. Out of all the formats, what is your favorite format of all time? I mean, I could take a wild guess, but let's see what you say.
Yeah, my favorite format is like, so it was spring, early spring, late winter 2017, like February time when Raging Tempest came out, and that was a set that introduced the Zodiacs. And that grass looks green.
That grass does look pretty green, bro.
And bro, it was so sick. Like the deck, the 60 card deck that we played, it had so many good cards. 3 Terratop, 3 Barrage, 3 Rapier, 3 Grass is Greener, 3 Instant Fusion, 3 Brilliant Fusion, 3 Pot Desires. I don't know if I mentioned Grass and Left Arm. Like there was so many broken cards in that deck. And yeah, it was just insane. Like for example, like people chose to play Zodiacs and they'll go, okay, I'm gonna summon Dryden, Emerald, set 4 back row, pass. And I'm like, cool, Grass, mill 20, summon Diamond Eye with pop a back row, summon Michael, banish a back row, summon Black Rose, blow up your board, and then make a board, and then boom. There was a game, I played a game where on Duel Book where someone maxed me, and I literally made them draw 20 cards, and I made a fat board, and I milled so much. Like I grassed for loads. Like I made sure to do my whole Zodiac combo first before grassing. So I went, summoned all my rats, my Rapier, and then made my Dryden and everything, and then grassed. And I had like 10, 15 cards left in deck. All 3 snows were out my deck, so he couldn't play. He couldn't play. I just snowed him. I just snowed his whole board. He was able to stop my Dryden and whatnot, but he couldn't stop my snows, and he just couldn't win. And he drew all the cards he drew just didn't do anything.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was so broken back then.
Yeah, Maxi's fine, bro.
No. And then we took it to the next level. We were losing to Maxi.
Yeah.
The time when it was semi-limited, we were losing to it so much, right? We decided to play Manticore Darkness in our deck.
Manticore Darkness.
Yeah, and we would literally just deck people out. So you get Maxied. If you can make Broad Ball, GG's. You just search. You go 2 level 4s into Broad Ball, add Maxi, make a Zodiac, another Broad Ball, add Manticore, add the second Manticore, put it in grave, like by discarding it or tribute summoning it if you haven't used your normal, or milling it, and then boom, end phase, Manticore loop, deck out.
Bro.
Yeah.
So nuts. Okay. We've seen, we're talking about old formats, that Konami's introduced the Time Wizard format. They're now supporting OTS stores doing old formats. We've even seen some side events at a couple of regionals and stuff. Do you think they'll get more support? Will we see an Edison YCS on the off season or something? An Go event or Toss event?
I don't think we'll see a YCS level event, but I think they're already showing so much support for side events, at nationals, YCSs now. We're having loads of old format side events. I think that's just going to continue. And I think maybe on the off season, between July and August, when once the season's over, they may have odd events here and there. For example, in London a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago, they had a GOAT championship, and they had about 100 players just to play GOAT, nothing else, just to play GOAT. And I think Konami will take notice of that kind of thing and host special events. And it's just down to the appetite of the players and what they want to see. But I think they're just going to continue supporting it, and hopefully they continue to give good prize support. It'd be cool if they had a GOAT event where the first place prize was a whole GOAT deck. Yeah. But in a maybe an exclusive rarity or something like that. You know what I mean? That'll be cool. That's an idea, yo, bro. Bring me into the market. What are you saying? I'm here. I'm
first place exclusive GOAT deck prize, bro.
Yeah. Or not even, but for a specific, it has to be maybe over 128 player event, or a big event to GOAT event to have that kind of prizing. And or even just maybe specific GOAT iconic cards as in a specific rarity as the prizing. That'll be really cool as well. Almost like a GOAT prize card.
Yeah, Pot of Greed prize card. Imagine, bro. Jeez. Okay. right now, what's the best card right now, in your opinion?
Okay, best card right now. Right of RMC, or however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah.
That card is just obscene.
So cracked.
Yeah, obscene.
It's +3 by itself, gets you a negate, a bounce, 2 monsters. You know, it's such an insane card.
Like I draw my hand, and it's like if I have right, I'm like, ooh. If I don't have right, if I don't have right, I'm like, oh no, what do I do? Yeah.
Yeah. It's just even like as follow up, you just get so much every turn. It's such a cracked card.
Yeah. Like 2 bodies, a negate, a bounce, and the follow up. Like it's obscene.
Yeah. We've seen like Konami do 3v3 events, like the 3v3 YCS. We've seen the 3v3 event at Nationals on the Friday. Do you think we'll get like more team events, like tag duels? Do you think that'll be interesting to see? A YCS tag duel or something?
I mean, I don't see why not. It depends on the appetite of the fan base, to be honest. If people want tag events, I think maybe they might trial it, and then if it takes, then they might do more. I think 3v3s are awesome. I only played in one, and that was at Nationals on the Friday. But I'd love to play in the 3v3 YCS, and like I love the whole team aspect of it, like being able to like not have to play against your friends. Like you're people travel in quite small groups, and being guaranteed not to play against your friends is awesome. And the fact you guys can carry each other, like one of you guys can lose, and you guys can still like carry that person, is really cool. And you guys can strategize together. And I think like there's a big camaraderie in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I feel like the 3v3 allows that to like kind of manifest even more. And it's just amazing.
Yeah. It's really sick that you can do stuff like at the 3v3 on the Nationals. Like I went X1 with the best deck. I Ignista, not the best deck anymore. We don't talk about the main event. It never was the best deck. Don't talk about the main event. I mean, it was good for the first 5 rounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, Travis went X2 with Weather Painters. What a crackhead, bro. And then we got Callum playing Salaman Great, going X5. We don't talk about that, but it's all jokes, all fun, cool. Yeah. How do you do at the team event?
Jeez. Okay, so my team. If you want to know more about it, watch my blog as well. There's an actual blog. Jeez, I'm plugging myself everywhere. But it was me, Christopher Nielsen, and a friend from America who's just like traveling Europe. His name is Charlie Kip.
Yeah.
And basically, I was 3-0.
Yeah.
Charlie won his first 2 rounds and lost round 3, and then Chris went 2 losses and a draw.
Oh god.
And he lost round 3 as well. So we lost that. We won round 1, won round 2, and then lost round 3. And at that point, I was like, since we lost, we couldn't win the tournament anymore. So we're like, I wanted to drop out so I could focus on like building my deck and adjusting it for Nationals, because I wanted to focus on the main event. And yeah, that's what we dropped. So Chris was actually our team captain. He was supposed to be the one carrying us, but we were the one carrying him. It was tragic. It was tragic, but it was all fun. It was a nice just to experience it just for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And it'd be cool to actually do a 3v3 YCS and be more prepared for it.
Yeah. I want to do a 3v3 YCS. I bet it would be better fun. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming on, JY.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah.
Make sure you like and subscribe to my boy Mini Fez's channel. Show him some love. We're trying to get him to 1K. Let's go, bro. There's gonna be sick competitive content from him. So stay tuned.
I've got a lot of content on the way.
Yeah.
For facts. And make sure to subscribe to my boy JY as well. And yeah, maybe you'll see more videos like this. Like I would love to get like more people on as well, and I would love to start a podcast. Maybe we can do some podcast episodes.
Yeah, maybe if you guys want to see us do a cheeky podcast or something, or let us know. Let us know what you guys want to see. All right.
Let us know down below. Thanks for watching. Make sure to sub to both me and JY. And yeah, catch you guys next time.
Shout out to Jam Jam Cards UK.
Shout out to the boys at Jam Jam. Peace.